Right, so coming out of the room, 4th floor. I'm going to go down to the cove. I'm just giving you it's quite early. You have the glass lift. Oh, there is 3 lifts there. There's the water station. Got some views there out that window to the sea.
Cerrando puertas. Bajando.
Probably see a load of cleaners here this morning. It is currently
Planta 0.
time check 7 o'clock.
Abriendo puertas.
A bit early. There's reception, you come out the lift. Male toilet there. This is taking us to the right out the lift. Hola. Cleaners just doing the conference rooms. That's bar Bettico right in front of you. This is the adult bar. I'm going to come out this door. This is your card tables there, but to a lovely sunrise. And then there's a door here. So we've come out of there. Got a door here, and inside this door there's a washer and dryer. Look, 2 of them, and the price on it, I think, €4. That's quite a lot. When you come out here onto this stunning sunrise, this used to be an outside seating area and stage, as you can see. There's the stage with its lights, but due to the noise and the closeness to all these properties, they sort of give in and don't do anything outside anymore, which is a shame. But remember, some of these have been built after the hotel was here, so I'm not quite sure that's quite fair, but you know. So I'll have a quick recap. There's the hotel. That's the door we just come out of, and that block there is where the washer dryer is. And we're coming onto the mini golf course. So down some stairs. Now if you're going to play mini golf, you go to reception, get your club and your ball. You walk down there and there's hole 1 there, look. So you've only got to come down there, up there, across and in, and that takes you to the golf course. So there's not that many steps. People say, is it really rocky and cliffy? And there's about 3 or 4 level change of a couple of steps. But if you want to just come and go to the beach, we'll go this way. So we're going to have a look if there's any jellyfish. So again, a little flight of stairs, nothing really steep. Then you can either walk through the golf course, or if you want and you're a bit more not with walking, you can go that way, because there's a little level change, look. But we'll go through the course. And like I say, it's a really nice golf course, all astroturf. But like I say, if you a bit harder walking, come down there, cross there and round. Coming this way is quite steep, and you've got little steps like this one. Then you've got some more there where that's completely flat. It is sloping, but there's no steps in it. There's sun coming past there now. Go down here. Now you can, this path here, just show where it goes. Interesting to see if there's anybody on the beach this time around. This path goes all the way around there and back in around the swimming pool. We'll go this way. We'll go down here. So it is steps, but they are quite wide. They're not, I call them little, I'd call them like little donkey steps. They're the treads, not as wide as your foot. But these are wide steps. But they're just a little bit steep. You know, if somebody's got a walking stick, I think you'd be alright. Anything more than that, I think you'd be in trouble. It brings you down here. So them that have watched a few of the others, if you walked up there and under the trees, that's the way we walk to Mac Tub, or you can walk the centre that way. But like I say, if you're looking at some of this here, it's not the levelest of ground anymore. That all used to be sand, by the way, all the way up to there, and down here was all sand. Just been eroded, and they've put it back for years and years, and they must have gone, you know what, it's just too expensive. Like, that's not somebody having a fire. Or if you're just rock building, no, you're just having a play. Now we're down on the beach. Oh yeah, we're in digging holes, look. Little moats and forts. Let's have a look how clear this water is. Oh. Beautiful clear. Load of fish in there as well. Probably to pick the big ones up as we walk around the corner. There's the hotel. Big load of it sunshine. Crystal clear, no jellyfish. Which is good. So there's just something about this little place. There's a little beach there, and the sun just catches the greenery. It makes it go look quite yellow and orange. It's quite good. Try and get out of here and snorkel. Underwater camera and get some films done. This time I bought the mask. See how my hand holds up. So there's steps there for you to get out. They've actually put them in now. They weren't there in May. And then you can come off that platform there, round, up the stairs, across the two platforms and back into the hotel that way. So you can come on and dive off that one. And there's all these across here. And a bridge. So I think we've just caught the fast cat going out because it's a little bit lumpy. Boat out there fishing. I think that sunrise is fantastic. I've always wondered, because I don't think we've ever had a room sort of there, whether you'd actually see it or you'd have to walk out to it, because you can walk out and see it. I wonder if it'd be obstructed by them buildings there. I'm just not quite sure. But you can walk all the way along here. That's not good to see. Someone's left a fishing net there. Fishing net there. Must be the last day, and thought, you know what, I'm not going to take it, we'll leave it there. So you can walk along there, round the corner, across that little bit of rocky stones, and round this side here. And that'll bring you all the way around onto them platforms. That goes up to a house. You're not allowed where that gate is there. You can walk all the way around. And then there's more platforms around the back here around the hotel. And that's where we'll probably go. We'll go have a walk that way, and then that covers that bit off because it's nice and early enough. Let's have a look what time we're on now. Time check. It is 11 minutes past 7. So it's taken about 11 minutes so far. I think we've about just gone 7 o'clock when we came in the lift. So, but yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring underwater camera with me down and a mask, and we'll get in here and we'll show you how much there is to see. I don't know whether you saw on the Facebook group, the Almirante Facebook group that we run, somebody put a photograph of the octopus that was in the shallows down here. Well, that was cracking. They weren't hurting it, they were just taking photographs of it. It was quite playful. There's a couple of octopus around here. They're normally around this corner. You can't find them with diving masks on. There used to be a little eel here. I don't know whether the eels are back, but there was a moray eel here once. Somebody thought it'd be clever to spear gun it, but that's what happens these days. So what we'll do, we'll walk from here up. I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll go up the other access steps because there's 2 ways to the beach. We'll walk back into the hotel and round onto the platform, then we'll walk back into the hotel and I'll get a cup of coffee and breakfast. That should run it out to about 30 minutes. But like I say, here, for kids, absolutely spotless. And it's dead shallow. Oh, we see the fish there. Any small ones. That's not, they aren't jellyfish, they're just little bits of seaweed that have appeared. And like I say, you can, if you're in beach shoes, you can just jump through there, but I've got trainers on, so I don't want to get them wet, so I'm just going to come up here and down the steps so I don't get my feet wet. I've learnt now from doing a lot of walking, flip-flops aren't great. Right, so we're back on the beach. There's the hotel. Some of the doors are open so people are actually getting up. Probably making themselves a coffee, they'll probably sit there in the sun. And then that's where we came down. Just there. And we'll go this way. Now they could do with cutting these bushes back. So there's that way. That's the stairs to the hotel. We'll go this way. Oh. But when I was here in May and June, they were on the beach, the council, and they were actually tending to it, they were cleaning it. Only got here last night, so well, yesterday dinner time. For those that want the information, we landed at 10 to 11. We were at the hotel for, I think it was 20 to 1. But we got a taxi. The taxi was 65 euros, I gave him 70. And for some reason, the taxi drivers, they seem to have slowed down a lot. It used to be like driving with Jackie Stewart and Nigel Mansell, for them that can remember them people that old. So, there's a bin there, look. And this lot, take you back up to the road. So the two, well, there's 3 in. There's 4 really, and there's this one. You can walk down, and then you could come back from the other side over there. You could walk into the beach that way. Just got to watch for spiders. This time in the morning, I got bitten last time. Ended up going to the chemist to get some cream. It swelled up pretty good. Nothing going to hurt you, but must have a bit of a reaction to it. You'll find a lot of locals under these trees with picnics, and that's like a metal arch, and they do that for weddings and things like that. Like I said, it's all under the canopy, so it's quite cool here. You'll see the locals sat on the steps, because the steps are really, really wide here, having the picnics, and normally this is another good spot from here, look. See the shadows. And what they'll do, they'll picnic down this side, down here. It's easy enough to get past them, they're not in your way. Just having the dinner in a bit of shade. This brings you up to the street. Like this. So we know hotel's there. Walk down that street there. Takes the roundabout with the dolphins on, and that's Bar Maktub. Jimmy Hill's on your left, straight over to Park Air and 61 Bar, and the water park's on your right. If you want a car, straight to the roundabout, turn left. See Oscar at Miramar. So it clearly says there, no entry. There, you're not allowed to walk down there, it's staff only. And you get the vehicles going down there, but you can walk in here. So we're walking this way. And we'll take the path, if you remember, where I said if you come from them stairs up there, look, and come down, you do that bit. Well, that's the way I'm going to walk for you. Probably get people looking, going, he's going the back way to put his towels on. No, I'm not. Not at all. My watches woke up to life. It must think of I'm doing an exercise walk. It's just pinged in. So you can actually go down there, or if you go through, so the pathway's there, look. But you can walk through the golf course. There's another entrance which we'll just go. Nice little view part here, look. Then you can get some decent shots of the cove. Like that. There's the steps there soon. So we'll come this way. And just a bit of caution now, there's a few people out on the balconies, I don't want to get them recorded. So we'll walk to the golf course. We'll do it right, we won't jump over anything. So it is quicker to walk around the outside, obviously, than to walk through the golf course. Just thought I'd show you some of the holes as I'm passing through. Yeah, it's quite a few up and about now. So, and the golf course is alright, just a few odd level changes, but the steps are very, very shallow. They're not. So if you're a bit impeded with walking, there's no problem. They're only like 6-inch steps, if that. And they'll be out cleaning this soon. It does suffer from a bit of bird poo because of the trees. Another one. Like I say, you pass a good hour. So that when you're playing through the hole there, it drops down into this fairway. And then there's your putt there. And these are them little steps. So if you'd have walked round, it's the same pathway. So we would have come from that viewing point round down this path here and round. There's a few outside now. It's a lovely morning, and this is a bridge here. I've always said it could just do with a little bit more, you know, like on the sides of it, because it's quite a big drop, look. It's just that crazy wooden sort of sticks. I think if you fell against it, would you be alright? But to be fair, it's solid, literally. That's my sunglasses. So yeah, I don't think I've covered this one off. I did it on the Facebook page about 8 years ago. Not done it for YouTube though. So we'll go into all the little drops and cliffs and areas you can get to from the hotel. You're actually going to go into the hotel grounds in a second. This is actually classed as public. You'll see a sign in a minute that says private. Sunbed, little seat there. We're now here. So we've got beach, inlet, and this is where I showed you could get down to from the opposite side. You'll start to see the signs now, prohibited. Here we go. Beyond this point, you are entering a public zone, and the hotel does not assume responsibility in case of accident. So anywhere from that sign that way, it's public, and there's one there saying it's private. So from this threshold is the hotels. So the cleaning the sprinklers on, you're not allowed to put your towels out, although they're here. You're just not allowed, and they will come and move it this time in the morning. So we'll walk down these steps and then down these ones. You'll get a better view from down here, where I've just come from. Look, those and those, and then we're going to go down those. It's a nice viewing spot here. I'm going to just walk through a cobweb. There's sun on here. And we're on a big platform here. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that'd be a great spot for a couple of sunbeds. But this now becomes a public area. And down there's a platform. I'll drop in the camera. You can enter the sea from down there. And you see a bit more of the reef. We'll go down and have a look while we're here. Let's have a look at the time. Alright, 20 past 7, that's right. So we've still got another 8 minutes for the restaurant, so I'm in no rush. Wife will be in bed. It's about 8:30ish, lying. It's a long day then. Them early morning flights out of Manchester. You're up at 2, airport for sort of 3, 4 o'clock. And like I said, because we came out on a Dreamliner, so there's quite a lot. Now this is going to pick it up, but you see a lot more reef there. Look. Probably do it with the underwater camera over here. Very, very shallow there. I don't be jumping off these. We've left a croc behind. But you can jump off this one. Not particularly high, about 3 or 4 feet, but again, you must jump out. You know, don't just be dropping off here into there. You'll break your legs. And then there is actually some steps here, look, down onto a little platform, which is quite shallow. It's there, look. And the boys had stopped boats entering. So that's the other view. There's that bridge we were on. That's where the fishing net's been left there, and the beach is over there for you. And those are the steps that I've just come down. So we'll go that way. We'll drop onto the platforms, walk back in and call this one a done. I'm tending not to try and make them as long as I did before, because they do get watched quite a lot, but I think they're a bit boring. But I suppose if you want to know where you're going, our boat. They're a bit hard to skip, because you sort of skip a minute and next thing I'm on a different platform, on a different place. So, and for those of you who are watching, I do appreciate it, you know. We don't do it for any monetary. We do it so you know. So, came down them, there, and down there. And that's public, that way. Private, this way. So from here, it's private. Lovely, great big terrace here. Great views out. No diving. It's a long way down. I don't know if the camera's going to focus on that or not. It will now. It's a long way down. It looks like he'd been for a swim, bless him, he's soaked. So, and again, sprinklers on. I think you can get the sprinklers on. I think the sprinklers come on while the bird was there, because he's absolutely soaked, bless him. So, and then you walk down here. And again, they're nice and wide. And then you can up those, there's another fishing net here, look. up those and into the hotel. This is private, this belongs to the hotel now. So I shouldn't actually be down here because it's before 9 o'clock. So you've got steps down into the sea there. If you're coming into here, I'm just letting you know, it's beach shoes. Don't be coming down here in your flip-flops and your bare feet. There used to be a set of ladders that went into them holes, but I'm not seeing them this year. I wonder whether the council haven't put them in, but like I say, that's what you could be stepping on. It's not exactly the smoothest stuff. Like I say, once you're out there, and if you swim out there and round the corner that way, there's a cave, and if you go that way and out and round, you'll see the inlets for the pool and how undercut the actual erosion has become. So that's where we are. We're now this side of the hotel. That's the restaurant there, look. And then obviously the pools will be behind that rock. Like I say, there's the sunrise there. Wonderful. I wonder if I can get away with doing that for you. Not sure it'll actually focus, but I'm trying to put some polarised lenses over it so you can have a look. Looks like some bait fish out there. You do get a barracuda running in here now and again. As you can see, the treads are really, really wide, but they're just very, very steep. So there's your view from here, look. There's your steps back up to the bar, out to sea, back to the cove. The light's going to get a bit awkward. It's that silly time of the day where you've got sunrise and there's a sprinkler. Can you see it? How well's that picking it up? So that's what they put on to stop you coming round with your towels. Oh, hang on a minute. Now back to the diving platform where there's no diving. And then I'll have to come down these and go that way. Only because I would have just walked up the 3 steps and cut across this bit of grass to make it easy, but we've got the sprinklers on. There, look. Well, you can see them. But it's all wet there, look. Pink. Nice sitting bench there, look. They'll move this some, but it shouldn't be here. There you go. That's the photograph that's been taken a million times, I think, on that one. Like I say, if you're on a floor here, you're a long, long way up, because this is part of the accommodation block and the restaurants and the back kitchens for the staff. So if you're on the second floor, you're probably 40 foot up, something like that. It's quite strange. You ask for a low floor and they put you there. And if you're a bit scared of heights, you look down, you'll get a bit of a shake on. I've been on one the other side, but it's a bit similar of a drop. And the balcony's quite narrow. You've got a table and chair on them in an area. Don't like you putting towels over them. A couple of reasons. One, now we've not seen any wind yet, and a little bit of wind we are getting is like an airdryer. So it's very, very warm and very humid. It's about 80% last night, I checked. And here's the bridge again. So what I suppose I could do, we'll nip back out onto the road and we'll walk back in the hotel, and then you can see all the angles of which way we've walked it. I suppose I could put Google Maps on as well, but I don't think Google Maps will send me to allow me to walk this way. But instead of going through the golf course, then we'll walk back to the top of the stairs, and then there's a lot of these little spiders trailers. I can feel them. Like I say, it's their time in the morning. They want to be catching the mosquitoes and the flies. You know, and with public walking past here all the time, they must think, he's broke my house again. That's me fishing net. Spent all night doing that. So stairs back from the beach, up. So there's one step there, look. Another little spider's web. Oh, I'll show you the French bowls courts while we're here, couldn't we? And the gym. Seeing me this far in. There's a sprinkler going somewhere, I can hear it, Well, there's one. So there's the French bowls courts. 2 of them. Proper courts for the French and the British and every other nationality to play on. They were put in when the Fram animation team appeared, and they moved the old bowling courts from now the access of where you go in for the swimming pool. So makes it easier. So because the hotel's a green hotel, an eco hotel, all the recycling's done here, and that's a backup generator. So that's the entrance we came out of there where the skips are, down to it. Gone left into the hotel. So we'll cover it off because my dad's ashes are here. Just have a minute while I'm here. So if you're walking back in, you can walk that way, round it in. We'll go this way. There's your bus stop there. Like I say, it's right by as you come out, the 61. Cash machine somebody asked for. There's one there, look. And people ask about car parking. Now it's €7 to park in here. It's due to the solar panels. So these aren't just shade. These are solar panels. Okay. Which are there. You'll see them come wash them every couple of days. Barrier. This bloke walking around here looks English, he looks as lost as a sod. So it's one way. So the coach comes this direction in and down to the reception. There we are, the famous Almirante Farragut. There's your paddle courts. All glass. Now, that area there, where I'd be parking your hire cars. Okay, and we'll walk this way around the back of the paddle courts and in. I've got a bit of a dab on. It's been extremely warm. Now, are they divers, I think? Early morning, because there's a pinnacle here. Yeah, there's a divers there. There's a pinnacle there. It's like a V in the water that you can go either side down it. It's quite interesting bit of a feature in the water. It does get a lot of fish. A lot of barracuda come around it and they sort of circle the prey. So yeah, I'm just pretty sure that's a dive boat. So quick look. It's going to go a bit shaky because yeah, there's a dive compressor there. Yeah, so they're diving onto that pinnacle, which is just about there. You couldn't swim out to it, it's too deep, but it goes down 60 feet and then like a rubber ring effect around this pinnacle, like where the water hasn't been able to erode it, which it's quite stunning if you're going diving. So these are back of the paddle courts. Like I said, the glass. I do tell everybody, watch your footing. Look, flip flop. You're going to break your toes. And remember, it's quite sharp. So this is the back of the football pitch. Like I said, the sun's going to be a bit awkward because it's just come over the top of the hotel. It must be about 7:30 then. So there's no way of shading that, I don't think. No. So as you see, I say if you never look now, it's quite bouldery. People sort of say, well, what, Sunset Bar, where is it? So Sunset Bar is around there. and it's alright. Expensive. What you can do is come out of here, grab your drinks and stand here, because the sun sets about there, that area. So I think my lost English bloke's going to ask me a question in a minute, because he's creeping up behind me. He's followed me around this side, which is unusual. Just going to see the gym prices, and probably going to ask me a question. He's followed me all the way around here, which is a bit weird. And he's in flip-flops. Right, gym. Hotel reception's there, look. Accurate 2025. Haven't got any opening times on there though. So we'll bring this one to a close. There's the hotel.